headlines of VTV News. Vietnam and Romania hold high-level talks. Loan demand increases as state holiday approaches. And later on in our world news, powerful earthquake hits China Kyrgyzstan border.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Hello, it's 3 p.m. local time. Welcome to VTV News. And here's the top news of the hour. During his official visit to Romania, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính of Vietnam and his Romanian counterpart, young Marcel Ciolacu, held talks in Bucharest to discuss important issues.
Prime Minister Ciolacu highlighted the importance of Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính visit, especially as both nations are preparing to celebrate the 75th anniversary of their bilateral diplomatic ties in 2025. He affirmed that Vietnam is one of Romania's key partners in the Asia-Pacific region. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính stressed that the Vietnamese government and people deeply appreciate Romania's invaluable support throughout their 75-year journey of independence and national development. Recognizing Romania's important role as both an EU member and a key contributor to the EVFTA, which was signed on June 30, 2019, the final day of its rotating EU presidency, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính emphasized the need for ongoing efforts to accelerate the ratification of the EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement by the remaining EU countries. He also requested support in addressing the yellow card warning issued by the European Commission regarding Vietnamese seafood. Host and guest pledged to enhance cooperation in various areas, including education and training, science and technology, national defense and security, culture, sports, tourism, labor, healthcare, and pharmaceuticals. They also agreed to expand collaboration in emerging fields such as information technology, innovation, digital transformation, green transition, and the circular economy.
A cold spell has impacted northeastern and north-central regions, resulting in a significant drop in temperatures. Hà Tĩnh province is expected to experience cold temperatures ranging from 8 to 11 degrees Celsius. Rainfall has also begun in the areas from Quảng Bình to Thừa Thiên Huế, causing temperatures to decrease to 13 to 15 degrees Celsius. The cold air is predicted to intensify, leading to further temperature drops to 3 to 6 degrees Celsius in mountainous areas. Some mountainous areas may even experience temperatures as low as 0 degrees Celsius. This strong cold spell is anticipated to persist for several days until the end of January. As temperatures sharply dropped after just one day, the peaks of some mountains in the north have become covered with ice and frost. Ice began to form around 2 p.m. on Monday at a height of 1,600 meters above sea level on Vietnam's Phie Peak in Cao Bằng province. The average daytime temperature was below -5 degrees Celsius. The ice started out thin, covering the wooden beams and floors on the peak. Mount Mẫu Sơn in Lạng Sơn province experienced a plummet in temperatures to -2 degrees Celsius. Mẫu Sơn, located above 1,000 meters above sea level, has been freezing, with temperatures remaining below zero. In addition to Lạng Sơn province, many other localities in the northern region are also actively implementing cold prevention measures for both people and animals. In Sapa, there is an anticipation of a large influx of tourists coming to see the snow and ice phenomenon during the cold spell. Therefore, the local authorities have requested that accommodation establishments have to prepare the necessary conditions to keep tourists warm. Tourists are are advised to avoid risky places, especially those with ice, snow, and deep abysses. The authorities have also implemented traffic solutions to minimize congestion and reduce the risk of accidents. In Hà Giang, local authorities are actively visiting villages and hamlets to educate people on methods to prevent cold and diseases in livestock. People in the districts have also taken proactive steps to cover their barns and store dry food for buffaloes and cows. Hanoi is actively promoting digital transformation starting at the district and ward levels. Thượng Thanh Ward in Long Biên district has recently become the first digital conversion ward, implementing 11 digital transformation models. These streamlined procedures provide convenience and numerous benefits for residents.
At the Long Biên District People's Committee, first-time visitors for administrative procedures only need to present their ID card and have their photo taken for verification. For subsequent visits, no documents are required. Smart cameras automatically recognize faces and provide all citizen information linked to the VNeID app. This eliminates the need for notarizing ID cards, as was done previously.
I didn't expect things to change so quickly. No more time-consuming paperwork or notarization.
Citizens submit documents, receive a chip card, and wait patiently for the turn. When the card vibrates, they can collect their results. Administrative documents are digitized and stored electronically, utilizing digital signatures and cashless payments.
A normal procedure like this used to take about 2 to 3 hours of waiting. Now it's much faster. I got my tasks done in just 10 to 15 minutes.
Citizens can also evaluate satisfaction levels via their personal phones.
Government agencies now take only a quarter of the previous time to resolve administrative procedures. Citizens have also reduced their waiting time for routine procedures by 75%.
The digital transformation model is now being implemented at the ward level. The People's Committee of Thượng Thanh Ward is the first to adopt this model, implementing 11 digital transformation initiatives. These initiatives include promoting cashless payments, providing free park Wi-Fi, and offering high-speed Wi-Fi. If the digital transformation in Long Biên district proves effective, it will be expanded citywide.
Two component projects of the North-South Expressway, including Diễn Châu Bãi Vọt and Cam Lâm Vĩnh Hảo sections, covering nearly 130 kilometers, will be put into operation in second quarter of this year. Both of these two project segments are invested in the form of public-private partnership. The construction progress has been accelerated to ensure the project is completed on schedule.
The Xuân Dương Bridge bidding package is one of the key factors deciding the implementation of the Diễn Châu Bãi Vọt Expressway project. Due to the complex topography and complicated construction, the first bore pile was drilled nearly a year after the start of the construction.
The management board and construction team are working day and night to complete the construction on schedule.
Obstacles in construction materials and size have been resolved. Currently, contractors are maintaining a maximum workforce to meet the schedule.
We are mobilizing more than 350 employees and over 100 locomotives for continuous construction.
We also encourage the workers to accelerate the construction progress, especially when the weather conditions are favorable.
The investors and management board have agreed that resources and manpower should be enhanced for the completion of possible construction sites to make up for delays in the project's early stages.
Site inspections need to be strengthened to speed up the disbursement rate so that contractors can access sufficient financial resources for the project.
To date, among the three component projects under the North-South Expressway Project Phase 1, the Cam Lâm Nha Trang project segment has been put into operation. Meanwhile, the foundation of Cam Lâm Vĩnh Hảo and Diễn Châu Bãi Vọt project sections will be fulfilled before the Lunar New Year. After the Tet holiday, the road surface will be paved with asphalt to put the project into operation in the second quarter.
And before we move to the next part of VTV News, let's check out how the Vietnam dong is weighed against other currencies in the world market today. Coming up next, loan demand increases as Tet holiday approaches. And Cat Tien National Park eyes IUCN Green List recognition. Vietnamese businesses are entering the busy production and sales season ahead of the Tet holiday. This is also a time when businesses and individuals often require capital, particularly in the form of consumer loans.
Tet orders have increased by at least 30% for this goods distributor. They require an additional loan of approximately $203,000 to replenish their stock and take full advantage of supplier promotions.
Some sectors have seen growth rates of 7 to 8%, sometimes even 10%. With competitive prices and effective promotions, we can outsell our competitors, thereby increasing sales and profits for the company.
Many banks have responded to this demand by offering consumer loan packages with lower interest rates, longer payment guarantee periods, and higher loan limits. In addition to the credit limit of 300% of the value of secured assets, we offer an additional credit limit of $405,000 during the peak season without requiring collateral. During Tet, there is a 20 to 25% increase in demand for construction and home repairs. Certain banks are offering loans with a low annual interest rate of 5%, and the disbursement procedures can be completed within a day.
We've launched an $88 million credit package with a 5% annual interest rate to assist people in accessing affordable capital. Customers can get loan approval within 24 hours.
Banks in Vietnam are mandated by the State Bank of Vietnam in preventing and addressing black credit activities. Black credit is characterized by its complexity and high interest rates, which contribute to social problems in rural areas. Therefore, the active participation of banks with extensive branch networks in remote regions is of utmost importance. In rural agricultural areas, we will provide capital for both agricultural and non-agricultural needs in the first month of the year, especially during the Tet holiday. At the beginning of the year, many banks prioritize consumer loans, acknowledging their importance in driving Vietnam's GDP growth by stimulating domestic consumption recovery.
During this time of year, many localities, businesses and retailers are preparing for the year-end sale. The Ministry of Industry and Trade, in collaboration with the Departments of Industry and Trade in different provinces, is working on solutions to ensure product availability and stable prices. With approximately 20 days remaining until the Tet holiday, efforts are being made to ensure a seamless shopping season.
In December 2023, Vietnam's retail sales and consumer service revenue reached nearly $25 billion, showing a significant increase compared to the previous month. It is anticipated that these figures will continue to rise in January 2024 due to the strong consumer demand during the Tet holiday. Consequently, the Ministry of Industry and Trade is taking steps to ensure that retailers and stores have an adequate supply of goods.
We and our suppliers expect production growth of 25 to 30% compared to the 2023 Tet holiday. Suppliers are working proactively to meet mega markets' needs, especially with the surge in demand during the busy days before the Lunar New Year.
To increase consumer demand during the Lunar New Year, Distribution businesses are collaborating with manufacturers to reduce costs and offer enticing promotions in order to encourage people to spend more.
Since Tet only comes once a year, I want to shop to fully prepare for my family. I find the prices at the supermarket reasonable and the product quality is trustworthy.
Saigon Co-op promises to work closely with local authorities to maintain stable prices at our stores every day. We collaborate with suppliers to minimize cost increases and ensure the best prices for consumers. Additionally, we will offer special promotions for customers during TED 2024.
Hanoi has prepared goods worth over 1.6 billion US dollars for the upcoming Lunar New Year. Similarly, Ho Chi Minh City has prepared goods worth over 900,000 US dollars.
With just over 2 weeks remaining until the Lunar New Year, people have already begun shopping. Many gardeners are rushing to harvest fruits such as grapefruit or mango. Green-skinned grapefruit only yields one crop per year, making this the ideal time for harvesting in preparation for the Tết holiday.
Farmers who have been working with green-skinned grapefruit trees for many years have always managed to harvest them on time for the Tết holiday. The trees are stimulated to flower starting in the 4th lunar month. During the harvest seasons, a large area of land is filled with fruit gardens being harvested. The gardens are bustling with activities as everyone anticipates a prosperous date.
This year's weather is favorable for processing flowers and producing fruit.
Sông Bình Commune, Bắc Bình district currently has over 1,100 hectares of various fruit trees. Among them, mango occupies nearly 800 hectares, while grapefruit covers 25 hectares. The majority of this fruit growing area is managed during the off-seasons to ensure a timely supply of fruit for the Tết holiday. This serves as the primary source of annual income for local gardeners.
Mango yield is about 10 tons per hectare. During Tết, the price of Hoa Lộc mango is about 1.5 US dollars per kilogram.
Grapefruit and mango are the two new products of the commune. We ensure proper technical procedures to prepare for the Tết holiday.
Fruit production during the Tết season has become a tradition for fruit growers in Bắc Bình district. Currently, Bình Thuận farmers are busy transporting fruit to the Tết market. This not only allows gardeners to connect with customers, but also serve as a means of increasing their income.
National flag carrier Vietnam Airlines will operate free flights to transport workers from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi on January the 29th. This initiative aims to reunite them with their families during the Lunar New Year or Tết holiday. The flight numbered VN 218 will depart from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi on January the 29th. In addition, the carrier will provide Tết gifts and support vehicles to transport the workers from the airport to bus stations where they can catch buses to return to their respective home villages. After the Lunar New Year holiday, return flights will be available to bring the workers back to Ho Chi Minh City. These return flights will depart from Hanoi, Hải Phòng, Vinh, Thanh Hóa, and Vân Đồn. The flights are part of the Flights of Love campaign, which aims to promote humane values and social responsibility within the wider community. The International Union for Conservation of Nature's, or IUCN, Green List is a global certification program for protected and conserved areas. It serves as a measure of success in biodiversity conservation and sustainable development. Currently, there are 77 certified areas in 18 countries worldwide, including Vietnam. After the recognition of Vân Long Wetland Reserve in Ninh Bình Province in 2019, Cat Tien National Park in Dong Nai Province is now preparing to achieve this prestigious title.
Unlike other titles such as World Heritage Site or World Biosphere Reserve, the IUCN Green List is a measure of the standards for the protected area with the best and most effective long-term management practices.
Measuring protected area management quantity is relatively straightforward. You can measure the area of a protected area, the forest cover, the number of staff, the budget. But measuring quality and management effectiveness is much harder. And that's the purpose of the Green List.
Yearend National Park is one of the 10 protected areas actively involved in the Green List program. Since the early 2000s, biodiversity monitoring has been conducted in the park, collecting data on key species populations, including birds, primates, deer, and crocodiles. The application for Green List certification at Yearend has undergone appraisal and approval and is currently being submitted to the Green List Committee for final evaluation.
A standard that encourages a best management approach. It also acknowledges best management practices for protected areas. So when those best management practices and the components of the IUCN standard are applied and put into practice, it improves the resilience and the services that the forest and ecosystems can provide. So it really improves the functioning of those ecosystems and the forest.
We consider this a mirror reflecting what we will continue to do in the future, thereby identifying remaining problems and providing solutions.
Funded by USAID, plays a key role in supporting project areas to obtain IUCN Green List certification. The goal is to recognize and increase the number of protected and conserved areas that achieve long-term conservation outcomes for both people and nature. Currently, this initiative has garnered attention from over 60 countries worldwide.
Coming up next in our world news, powerful earthquake hits China Kyrgyzstan border. And US-UK launch new attack against Houthi. A 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck the border area between Kyrgyzstan and China's Xinjiang Autonomous Region on Tuesday morning. The earthquake caused injuries to 6 people and damaged around 120 houses, posing a threat to many households as temperatures dropped to minus 18 degrees Celsius. Approximately 200 rescue workers were sent to the epicenter area to provide assistance. Following the earthquake, the Urumqi City Railway Agency delayed 23 trains, but train services have now been restored after ensuring the safety of the tracks. Additionally, there was a temporary interruption in the power network, which has since been restored. China's Ministry of Emergency Management has raised the emergency response level to the second highest level for the landslide that occurred in southwestern Yunnan province early Monday. The working team of China's Ministry of Emergency Management, along with the military and armed police, has implemented an emergency response mechanism, participated in on-site rescue operations, and evacuated approximately 500 affected individuals to prevent secondary disasters. The landslide has resulted in the burial of 47 people. As of Monday evening, authorities have discovered 7 bodies and rescued 2 survivors from the debris, while others remain missing. The rescue efforts are encountering numerous difficulties due to icy weather and snow, which are expected to persist for at least the next 2 days. U.S. and British forces are currently conducting a new attack on Houthi facilities in Yemen. The Pentagon stated that the target of the attack was an underground storage site used by the Houthis, as well as missiles and surveillance equipment that they use to target ships in the Red Sea. The British Ministry of Defense also reported attacking multiple targets at 2 military locations near Sana'a Airport. Additionally, on Monday, Houthi forces claimed responsibility for an attack on the U.S. military ship Ocean Jazz in the Gulf of Aden. The force asserts that retaliation for the U.S. and British attacks is inevitable and that any future acts of aggression will be punished. They will continue to block ships associated with Israel from passing through the Red and Arabian Seas until a ceasefire is achieved in Gaza and the blockade is lifted. India celebrated the consecration of a grand temple dedicated to the Hindu god Lord Ram on Monday. The temple is built on a site believed to be his birthplace, and this event holds special significance for the Hindu majority in the world's most populous nation. More on this in the following story.
Hindu devotees gathered to celebrate and watch a laser show after the consecration, led by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. For decades, the temple site was bitterly contested by Hindus and minority Muslims, leading to nationwide riots in 1992 that killed 2,000 people, mostly Muslims. India's Hindus claim that the site is the birthplace of Lord Ram and was holy to them long before Muslim Mughals demolished a temple at the location to build the Babri Masjid, or mosque, in 1528. In 2019, the Supreme Court awarded the land to Hindus and ordered the allocation of a separate plot to Muslims, where the construction of a new mosque is yet to begin.
Lord Ram has taken his rightful place in Ayodhya, and we are very happy about it. We have been here in Ayodhya since the 8th of January, and we still do not want to leave. We are very happy.
My heartbeat is racing. I simply can't believe that we are actually able to see this today. We were not hopeful of seeing Lord Ram today. I cannot express my feelings in words. It is so overwhelming. That is how I feel.
The temple will open to the public on January 23rd, and its management expects to receive 100,000 visitors daily for the next few months.
And now let's take a look at the weather forecast. And that's it for this edition of VTV News. Thank you very much for watching. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or tune in our YouTube channel at youtube.com/VTV4go. Goodbye for now.